Welcome everybody to the DQ&Q Lifestyle Podcast with with me, Marcus. So yeah, quick thing. There's been two prison escapes, one in America and one in down south somewhere. What is it? Wandsworth. So the Wandsworth one, he's supposed to be in Chef White's 7:30 in the morning. Like he's just decided to. Well, they say they found some strapping underneath some food vehicle or food truck or something. I assume it's like the 3663. Like that's what comes and drops the food off in most of the prisons that I've been in anyway. Like I swear I've seen that at schools as well. So yeah, he's out of there, and then there's a next man that's like in America. He's got, I think he got out of a maximum security, and what he's done is like there's like a wall that's probably about 5.5 foot. So he's between two walls. He's put his hands on one and his feet on the other, and he's like walked up the wall, mad. Yeah, but Wandsworth, I swear I remember reading. I swear I was in jail and I remember reading that, like, was it 2 men escaped from there? Cause it's like a mad up, like, no, this is where it is about prisons, yeah. You've got your screw-run prisons, like the officers control the prison, and then you've got your con-run prisons. So Hull, that's a screw-run prison. I'd say Lowdham, that's con-run. Dovegate, definitely con-run. Yeah, Northallerton, that was like screw-run. And as for, I didn't spend long enough. I was only in like Marshgate for 12 days. So I'm not too sure. I'll probably say con-run. Do you know what I mean? But for some reason it reminds me that one swings between con and screw-run, but mainly con-run. Basically what I'm saying, Wandsworth, I think that's a con-run prison. Because I don't think the screws are even coming in and doing cell checks. So it used to be called BBLs, bars, bells and lights. So they'll come in and they'll be like, have like their fucking, I don't know, their cush or whatever. And be like, dun 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 dun, or they pull on the bars, make sure the bars are secure. They press your bell, because you've got like this bell in your cell. You press it, it just goes bing. It's got like a red light. When you press it, a red light comes on, like a little dot, red dot. And on the outside will be like a light. And then they can hear that bing on the wing. So if they're in the office, they can hear that someone's pressed the bell. And they'd have like a box. It's got all the cells on it. And I think it has all the cells, or like the landing. But of all the cells on it, the one I've seen, I can remember it from Hull. And it'll be like, cell, fuck knows, like 12 has pressed the bell. And there's like a light outside the office on the wing, so you can see that it's a red light, by the way. Red light outside the cell and a red dot like in your cell. But you can't, once you press your bell, you can't turn it off. They have to come and press the button outside. They turn it off. You'd hear them coming anyway, they turn it off, then you think, what's up? So anyway, so that's bells, and then lights, obviously making sure your lights are working out, flick, yeah, working. And they'll try that outside, because you've got like a night light, what they call a night light, that can be switched on outside. And it's a big strip light, so you can turn it on when you're in your cell and off. But if your night light's on outside, when you turn your light off, that night light, so it's like, that's your strip light, and it's a big blaze, a strip light's like in your kitchen or whatever. But then the night light's just on like a section of it, and it's quite dim. And then what it is, like, especially like in winter and that, when it's dark here, you just go to your bridge and like, yeah, well, go on, yeah, you getting banged up, yeah? Alright, then cool, bless, you know what I mean? Boom. And it's like, click, switch his night light on. You don't know, because his light's on, because it's dark. You get me? If he had his light off, it would be pitch black, because it's dark outside, it's winter, you know what I mean? And then late at night, he probably hear, Marcus, you or the niggas, you nigga. Or whoever, someone's left. It's happened to me bare times as well. You know what I mean? Then obviously, beep, school comes, turn that fucking light off, that night light. Do you know what I mean? But obviously sometimes leave it on as well for that, so like the light's on, so it's like got like a lamp. You know what I mean? When you're in like remand prisons and that, like, mainly do it in Hull. And then what it is, you put like some J cloths, blue ones or some pink ones, and put that over that bit of the light, so it's even darker. Do you know what I mean? So it's like you can sleep through it if you want. Do you know what I mean? But then it's mad as well, because like where it is as well, you just be like chilling with this light on, this night light, you and your padmate or whatever, yeah, or yourself or whatever, watching telly, and then when it's night, whenever you're gonna sleep at 10, 12, 1 in the morning, whatever, put your bell on, school comes. And obviously they must do shifts like so many days on, so many days off. So like every night I'm pressing this bell, bing, and he's like, Brown, I'm not doing it again. I'm not doing it again. You know what I mean? Keep switching, looking. Oh, that's what as well. I remember one time, like, oh, bro, I had to kick right off. Do you know what I mean? Like, he must have known because I keep pressing his bell every night for him to turn my light off. Like, he's my personal light turner offer. And it must, because obviously, as soon as we're banged up and they don't know their checks, man will fuck off. Like, the daytime screws will fuck off, and then the nighttime, one screw normally comes on or whatever, maybe two. But like 7 screws will bounce, one will come. And I remember hearing like, doom. You know what I mean? Like, into darkness. Like, hey, 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 bang, 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 boom, 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 ding. Turn that fucking nightlight on, mate. You know what I mean? Silly bastard. I know it's you. You know what I mean? Like, you don't show their face because it's like a tiny hole that they can see through. If they don't want to flap up so they don't want to expose themselves, you know what I mean? Like, I know it's you, I know that you're on tonight. You just make it out like you know someone. Like, so-and-so said that you're on again, you know what I mean? Because you probably know the shift patterns anyway. So yeah, that's that. TikTok murders. What's her name? Mahek or something. Her and her mum saw some TikTok girl, and her mum got 2 man wasted. But we're gonna look at that in a closer look. Giggs calls out the Times. No, let's look at that actually. So Giggs is calling out the Times newspaper saying, "Yo, you're moving racist round there." Right. Hold on. What's going on? UK rapper Giggs calls out the Times newspaper for racist carnival article. So it's got a picture of the newspaper article. It's got Giggs. Giggs is like hood up, got a fucking, I don't know if it's a bandana or something, can't really see properly still. But he's got a black man to his right. He's got a hoodie on with the hood's down. And he's got a black man to his left. But the man on the left is looking like, to me, he looks like some Nigerian police officer. That I assume that a Nigerian police officer, I don't know why, I've probably seen some documentary or something, but he's got like some cap on, it's got like looks like a police badge on it, can't really tell, but he's got a black cap on. He's got like it's like a bandana, but it's not a bandana around his face, covering his face up to his eyes. But it's one of them that you pull over your head, do you know what I mean? He's got like a bulletproof vest on, and some like green, bottoms. But in a circle as well, it's also got the man that was stabbing people as well with their big rams and that, Rambos. An official Giggs, what he says, this is his Twitter, I assume. Here's me going to do a surprise performance at the Rampage stage, organised by +44 Amazon Music at this year's Nottingham Carnival. This was an extra special occasion as this was my son's first time attending Carnival. It goes on to say, it's a shame, one second, let me put this mic back. Can't come like you're all in my nostril around it. You're recording, yeah? Cool. Yeah? Sweet. It's a shame that these racist papers, these at the Times, and stupid so-called journalists like at Ben Ellery and Ali Mitib see different. Article states, this in quotations, Peckham rapper Giggs was escorted to his performance by a crew of men wearing stab-proof vests, which is false and misleading as the person in question is an ex-British Army 15-year certified close protection officer, both hostile and mainland experience. Bang! You know what I mean? It's interesting. I feel like I keep calling people Muppets, and I might get to that on this pod about that as well. It's not. It's interesting how they were both white and black security, and then in brackets it says, as you can clearly see, organised by myself and Nottingham Carnival to ensure safety for everyone. However, this stupid article seems to purposefully leave out any images of the white security in an attempt to create a false narrative that doesn't actually reflect reality. This article printed is an absolute joke, and you should be embarrassed and ashamed with associating me with things not connected to why I was at the carnival. You'd rather criminalise me as a black artist and speak about how well my surprise performance of my art actually went. Then it's got a next picture with some white guy. I don't know why that picture's there. There's nothing to give context to that picture. But yeah, that's gigs just going in. What do you guys think about that? Like how things are portrayed? Because you know, this context in it, like just getting that closed caption, that image. You know, it could be, you know, people. It's all clickbait and it all fits in the agenda. And I used to read the Times in prison still. Everyone used to get the Sun. I got the Sun for a bit. Like, I thought, fuck this, man, when it's not going there. I used to get, I think it was the Sunday Sun. Or the Saturday Sun. It was the Saturday, no, it weren't. It was the Saturday Times. Because the Sunday Times is massive. I swear it's a broadsheet. I used to get the Saturday Times. Get me newspaper, get me TV mag and that. Yo, get your TV mag in prison. TV mag in prison. Yo, listen. I could have got some at my teeth. TV mag in prison, you're moving elite, bruv. Elite, bruv. TV mag in prison. Yo, listen. I mean, I've got to check, man. These times I didn't have a TV mag in prison, especially when I first went in, because you're just getting yourself sorted and you need to get your subscriptions and that done. What needs to be done by an outside person that don't know how to do it, because it's different in every prison. Yo. Anyway, you go around there, read like a piece of paper, yo, just newspaper. Like, they're all happy, yo, take it. Sometimes it's like, take it, bring it back, not even asked, but it's like, boom, just write down my 2-3 things that I'm going to watch at what time on what channel, books. Bear in mind, I've only got like, it was like 8 or 9 channels back, like at first. So it changed to like 15 or 17 at one point. When you're in a dead jail, when you're in a proper jail, like a good jail, not a proper jail, but when you're in a good jail, bro, you've got full free view. Boom! Babe Station, hello. What them girl call? I don't even know. But it's a lick. You know what I mean? Got every channel near enough. Buzzing. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, so I used to learn some few good things from the Saturday Times that them man like weren't getting from their Sun, because the Sun's just a dead tick. The Sun is a stupid, I'm sorry to say, but it's a stupid man paper. Simple as. If you're reading that, if you're listening to that, like their opinion, you're mad. You know what I mean? And the reason I say this, I think I mentioned it before, I'm going to mention it again. It's an opinion forming paper, yeah? It's probably most papers are. But that one definitely is. It's written for the working class, by the middle class. You look at these people, like, and their names, like Kelvin and Richard. These men aren't like Roddies, whatever these people are. You know, the ones like, they're not, and the conservatives, but they're reading, like, it's written for the working class labour. Like, come on. Don't be daft, come on. What's the other one? Pep Guardiola, maybe the England manager in 2024. What do you think about that? I'm hoping big things are going. Big things are going. Right, let me find this. We're moving on. Oh, no, I've gone too fast. Let me recommend something. Some guy called Khalid Attaf, yeah? KHALIDATTAF, yeah? Khalid Attaf. Does some shopkeeper pranks. He's from like somewhere in Chicago. You know Chicago, Chi-Town, Chirac. You know, it's mad round there where drills originated. Drill music, sorry. It's mad round. He's doing some mad, they're like social experiments really, because they're like, oh, give me a lighter, bro. And he's like, yeah, like, yes, my G, but in it, obviously that's like the UK thing, but he's saying it in UK terms, whatever he's saying. And like, bro. And they'll throw him like a pink lighter. They're like, man, what the fuck is this? Like, I ain't taking a pink. They're going mental over a pink lighter, like just pulling things, like he's behind a full bulletproof glass type thing, it's encased fully. They can't get to him. If they're buying something behind there, it's got the thingy that slides underneath. You know, the ones there, like a bank. If you get something bigger, it's got this thing that spins. So it's like a cube with like a wall missing, or put it in and then like twist it round to them so they can take it. There's no way to get, and he's got one that goes, that's inside the shop, and he's got one that goes outside to do like, they've got like some drive-through type thing. It's mad. But anyway, yeah, watch it. YouTube, Khalid Attaf. He's supposed to have got like a TikTok, because they'll be like, oh, you're doing your TikTok shit again. Stop playing with me, man. But yeah, it's funny, man. Funny. I just come across it randomly. It's funny. Yeah, where we going? TikTok murders. Alright. You know, so me just ad hoc, me just do things on the fly. Not much preparation. Oh, I put TikTok murders. No, What's her name? Mahek. I looked up there like I've got like Mahek written somewhere. I got her fucking shit written. No way. Right. Let's look at the Guardian. See what the Guardian's got to say. So Mahek and Ansreen Bukhari. That's it, Bukhari. Someone's calling me, man. Who died when car was rammed. No. Sentenced in Leicester. I'm going mad. TikTok influencer and her mother jailed for life over murders of two men. Mahek and Ansreen Bukhari sentenced in Leicester over killing of men who died when car was rammed off road. How long is this? You don't want to go too mad. Reading big monologue things to you like, yo, I ain't got things to do around here. I've been on 15 minutes. I've been talking about fucking all sorts. But not all sorts, but. A self-obsessed TikTok influencer. Yo, this hand's just on his gangster still. A self-obsessed TikTok influencer has been jailed for life with a minimum term of 31 years and 8 months for her part in the murder of two men who died in a fireball when their car was rammed off the road during a high-speed chase outside Leicester. Mahek Bukhari, 24, blew a kiss to her father as she was jailed alongside her mother, Ansreen Bukhari, who was sentenced to a minimum term of 26 years and 9 months for the double murder. Mad. So it was a 3-month trial about what these pair, what part they played in the group as they load the victims to a Tesco car park in February before pursuing them at speeds up to 100 miles an hour. Let's have a look. Sakib Hussain and Mohammed Hashim Ijazuddin, RIP, both 21 from Banbury in Oxfordshire, died instantly when their car was rammed off the road, hit a tree and went up in flames. Mad. So let's just get to what this was all about. Right. Breathe me a breathe round there. TikTok and Instagram are at the heart of this case. He said this must be like this, I don't know. Anyway, forget it. That is the reason why you, Mahek, dropped out of university. Had you not done so, you would now be a young graduate with your whole life ahead of you. Mad thing. Because it's obviously it's true. It's a decision she's made. Do you know what I mean? Yo, mad thing. Man, a back still. Yeah, so it said, oh no, now you constrain yourself to prison for all of your best years. Mad. He said, answering Bukhari, that's the mum, head was turned by the perceived glamour of the influencer world, a world far removed from the life you lived until then as a mother and housewife in Stoke-on-Trent. So the trial heard that Hussein reacted badly when Ansreen tried to end their relationship, threatening to send sexually explicit photos to her husband if she did not repay him $3,000 he claimed he had spent on her. Mad. It's a lot of money. So then it's like Mahek, the daughter, has arranged to meet Hussein at a car park in Leicester under the pretense of giving him the money, and arrived as part of a group of 8 people. Many were wearing face coverings and at least one person was carrying a weapon. When Hussein and his close friend, who had offered to give him a lift, arrived at the car park, they quickly fled the scene and they were pursued by the group at high speed, leading to the fatal crash. A 999 call made by Hussein in the moments before his death. He said, "There's guys following me, they've got balaclavas on and they're trying to ram me off the road. They're trying to kill me and I'm going to die." Mad how it was true. Sometimes we just hype things up, innit? So that's that. Do you know what I mean? There was bare people involved. He hasn't got the rest of their sentences here at this time because she's not long being sentenced and that. But yeah, so it's mad like how, because obviously it is a big thing, innit? Like that, what's it called? That revenge porn or something, yeah? Threatening to send like photos to the family and that, and then obviously the shame. On top of it, obviously it's a bad thing in any culture, but in that culture it's massive. So, and then being looked at in a certain way, not being perceived if like your honour intact, that's just broke to pieces, it's gone, smashed buckle, can't put it back together. You know what I mean? So yeah, like this is gonna lead me now. Well, yeah, and then it's getting so you got in a relationship with some like guy, some young guy, yeah. It's like this guy was younger than your daughter. You got involved with him. You're trying to broke it off. You don't want to broke it off, or whatever. He said, like, give me the P. I want the 3 bags that I spent on you. I don't know. I'm assuming they should have had it really because, like, they're on TikTok. The TikTok stars that you make money on that instantly. Like, surely, I don't know. Sometimes I guess all that glitters isn't gold, but that's what you perceive in it. That's why I'm doing this, innit? Yo, but yeah. Anyway, so unless they were trying to get hold of them to like threaten them, say they don't do them things there, give me the photos, whatever is it on this phone, give me the phone, or just delete them off or something, yeah. Alhamdulillah. Anyway, so it's just gone to a Mazda real quick, come to meet me, they've seen Bear Man ballied up and that. Like I've seen some videos of them like circling around. They're saying that they spotted man in the car and that, and then obviously that's why they blasted off, and then these men have just gone after him. I think even the girl followed him, you know, the ones there. And then like in a, you can watch a like police statement, not statement. You know, when she's been questioned, it shows that she's saying, "Oh, this car overtook me." This and that. She's making it out like she was just like driving. These cars were doing a madness. Like she's not. She's separate. But yeah, it's just like for me, it seemed the main thing was embarrassment. The embarrassment of it all. So now we're gonna switch over to the dictator. What dictates us, like our feelings. And it seems to me what's at the core here, the way it's made out. I don't know what really happened because obviously I'm not privy because, you know, I've obviously been to court myself and they've painted it a certain way. It wasn't the way it was. Do you know what I mean? So what they're saying, it seems like it's about these photos. If these photos get out, what that leads to, you know, how it's going to reach family, friends, possibly even the TikTok world, all over the internet, possibly. You know, break up with the husband, and you know you're gonna lose that side of the family as well. How you gonna be looked at in your community? You might have to move away because you can't show your face. You can't show your face. It's embarrassment, any kind of thing. You know, the one's there. So it's like, what embarrassment will drive you to? Because I've been that person as well, where embarrassment has like caused me to become violent. Because it's like when I've been embarrassed, it's felt as if it's felt as if like I've lost control, like I've lost who I am, and who I am is D, because like this thing that I've built up, this like reputation or whatever, perceived reputation, what I thought I had, what it looked like I had, the way people treat me, and it's like that's been stripped away, so now I'm vulnerable now. It's like, whoa, what do I do? Become violent, aggressive, anything in that area of negative, violent, aggressive, intimidating, threatening, anything in that realm to claw it back. Do you know what I mean? But you take interest as well. You don't just like get your fucking reputation back. You take it with interest. So the reputation, what you did have, is bigger after this instance. So yeah, it's just gotta be careful out there, people. You know, the ones there, like when you're feeling embarrassed, what it leads you to do. Do you know what I mean? Like, where do you go? Like when you're feeling embarrassed, where does your mind go? What do you think's happening? Because when I look back and these things are happening to me, like it wasn't really happening. And if it was, so no, I mentioned like my old friends and then like my colleagues, my work colleagues, and how when I don't, if someone pisses me off, these muppets that I keep going on about, like if something, and I could go that way, but I don't, and I tell my colleagues like, oh, do you know what? There was these like people and this and that happened, and then they said this and I said that, and I just walked away and this and that. And they're like, whoa, do you know what's so good? Like I'd have, you know, I don't think I could have held my tongue and this and that. This is like women and older women, and do you know what I mean, or guys that aren't like that are saying they couldn't have done what I did. They couldn't have just took it and walked off. Do you know what I mean? They'd had to do something. Do you know what I mean? But obviously, due to like their experience and who they are and how they've lived life, and in mine, there's different consequences. Do you know what I mean? There's different capabilities and different consequences. Do you know what I mean? So it would be anyway. You get it. I know you get it. So yeah, so I get that praise for like, whoa, do you know what I mean? So it builds me up in that sense. Whereas if I went to like certain man and be like, yo, these people, like, what? They probably be like first like, who? Like, do we know them? Because they probably want to do something, especially if they find out it is someone that we know. It hasn't been. Because then they probably think it's a reason to mash man up. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's just a negative. So, or if not, it might just go the other way. Like, what you doing? Why did you not say? Like, do you know what I mean? It's not a good interaction. You don't feel good afterwards because it's like you've done something wrong. You didn't do it right. Do you know what I mean? Like, so brings shame. Do you know what I mean? So that's when you feel like you've done something wrong. Like you are bad. You didn't do the right thing. Whereas it's go the other people and go the other way. So yeah, so like if you're around people, it's what I'm trying to say. If you're around certain people that's making that, you have to act that certain way, and it's like who you're around. Do you know what I mean? If you're around people that make you feel ashamed, embarrassed for like walking away from situations or just leaving it there, like who you're around, like why you're around these people? Because depending on who you are, like some people can do a little thing and just get away with it and this and that, and just get little slaps on the wrist and do a little couple of weeks here, there, and everywhere. But certain men have done certain things, and like little daft things can lead to big things. The ones there, and like big consequences. So certain people can't do what little man can do just because different consequences, the ones there. And like I say, it depends on how you want to live your life now. If you don't mind doing these little stints here and there or going back and finishing off, then that's you, that's calm, that's blessed for you. Do you know what I mean? But if you want to get away from that, then you need to think about what you're doing. The ones there. And like I said, the first way to start is to understand how we're feeling and what we do when we feel these things. Do you know what I mean? Because initially, it's not the embarrassment that's making me do it. It's I initially feel embarrassed. Then it's like the lack of control, feeling vulnerable, and then it's what I will do next. Do you know what I mean? So it's look at the ABC model. Can't speak. ABC model, the activate event. Someone's done something or something, like something's happened. Do you know what I mean? My beliefs, like I feel like this has happened and this and that, and I believe that I'm embarrassed now. Do you know what I mean? And then it's like, what's the consequence? What is the next thing that happens? Oh, I've tumped up these man, got mental. But it's like, hold on, activate an event. That thing still, same thing happened. I'm believing I've been embarrassed, but I'm also drawing a line in it quick, like, whoop, hold on, I've got things to lose here. And really and truly, he did that because of me understanding that it was me that kind of triggered that thing in that person because I pulled up quick or I did what, do you know what I mean? There was some blame for me. Rather than looking to point out, looking here first, like, yeah, if I didn't, some people just react like that anyway, so you didn't do anything, judge, nothing like that. But just drawing that line quickly, like, boom, all right then, I feel embarrassed, but it's not the end of the world. And I've got this and that to, like, not to live for, like, they're going to kill me, but to be free for. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't just do these things and, do you know what I mean? Well, do these negative things. I need to think positive, like, all right, then I need to be out for this, for that. I need to maintain this job on a good career trajectory. Things are looking up in other avenues of life. Like, people need me about. Like, people that matter need me about. Just like how I need them about. There's certain people that I don't need about and that don't need me about. But it's not about them. Do you know what I mean? It's a close-knit family and friends that you are integral to. Do you know what I mean? Move a leg from the table's going to fall over. It's that kind of thing. I need to be here just like I need them to be here. So I will support them to make sure that they be here. I ain't going to give them some mad advice like, yo, go joke up, go do. Not really. I ain't giving no one that advice anyway, but especially someone close to me, like, because they're not going to give me that advice as well. The ones there. And it's fostering that culture. Do you know what I mean? That positive culture to be able to grow and to learn and to be about. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, that's that bit there. So we're going to move on to the wing. Take a walk with me on the wing now. So picture waking up in your cell. You've done 4 years and you've got 12 left. You're a lifer. Your cell is about just under 7 foot wide and maybe about 9 foot long. Probably about 7-8 foot high. Got a window, but the window doesn't open. It's got vents next to it. The vents don't keep it warm and don't keep it cold. In the winter, your cell's cold. In the summer, your cell's hot with no breeze. The ones there. You're selling things. You got things going now. You've just moved to this jail. You've been here, there, and everywhere. You're here now. You're in this jail now. You've settled in. You're embedded. You know the man them. You're calm. You've got your little piece of food. You need your food. Because like you don't want to rely on people out there. But in the jail, you can't earn enough to live. You're on like £15 a week. But yet, like your smoking apparatus costs you about £8-9. But then what about your phone? Do you know what I mean? You need like £20 on the phone. One's there. You need to buy at least a £25 canteen just to be normal. Like, so you got a little bit of food to pedal along, get by. Everyone's got food near enough. So you patterned in that way. But for some reason, you treat the customers like Jimmy's, like straight up sales. Like, they are sales, but you don't have to treat them like dirt. You're mocking these man, you're chatting to somebody, these man come on a humble thing, yo, have you got? They're like, yo, get the fuck out of here. Go wait there, stand there. You're laughing, you're pointing with the man them. He don't really want to laugh, but because he's your brethren, he's like, yeah, you got that still. These man don't like it. You're continuously doing it. You bad mouth, you're embarrassing them constantly on the wing. It's another day now. You're in your cell. You're just like cleaning your cell, wiping down your stereo. All the man them's on the wing. It's a nice day. Tunes are thumping out. They've got their system going. It's a bit of a culture clash. It's nice. It's vibes, pure vibes. Three man that don't even really chill, but they all come to you to buy you your food. They buy your food off you. But you treat every customer you've got like shit. These men go to other people and sometimes get chat to in a way because it's just kind of the hierarchy, the levels, but not like how you do it. Do you know what I mean? If anything, these men pull them aside and give them a dressing down. Like, you're just straight. You're even saying it, I don't care, meet you on the wing, you're telling, man, I don't care, these men are nothing. You're in a big jail. You're in a Cat B jail. Everyone's about something. Near enough. You're wiping down your side. You hear a little knock on the door. You look. It's them, man. They've come. There's a tree now. They've walked in. You're like, yo, go fucking, what you doing? Go wait outside. You're still cleaning the tink. These men are still coming inside. Shut your door. They've come with a broom. They've just slid it between the U-bend of your sink. Slid it across the U-bend of the sink so it's secure between the wall and the U-bend, and it's in front of your door. That door can't be opened from the outside now. You're thinking, what? You're still tronging this, like, yo, hold on, what the fuck you doing? Bam, box in the mouth. They've just set about you. They've pulled little mini shanks out. They're giving you little mini jukes. It's like they've got flipping, the shanks are like, what they call standing knife. So you're getting all they're not standing knives, but that's what the shanks are like. They're like little bits of, yo, wow to the sound. Oh. I didn't turn off the other, what they call, like the other inset, like the other inlet things. And my foot was on the flipping headphone jack. So what you could hear there was my key. You know, them ones there. Apologies. These men are sitting about you. They're shanking with little flipping half-inch shanks. Boom, 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 boom. They're broking you down. You're trying to like jump onto your bed. There's nowhere else to go. Your bed's in the furthest corner of the flipping of the sill. You've got your speaker. They're smashing your cell up as they're going round. Not smashing it up, they're picking things up and banging it off your head. Do you know what I mean? You've got a speaker and you're swinging the speaker on his wire, trying to protect yourself. They're still coming, bruv. They're still coming. Boom. Next thing you know, you've come to. You didn't even know you was out. Your trousers are down. You're all feeling uncomfortable, bruv. Like, in at the rear end. Like, you're all seeing these man now. Like, man are at your flap. Man are at your flap looking in. Bare man with bare noise rolling, like going off. Bam, 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 bam. Shouting, screaming. It's mental. You're trying to pull your trousers up now. Your boxer shorts. On your trackies, yeah? These men that are attacking you are trying to hold the door shut now. Why? You're on a 40 man wing or a 60 man wing. And 25 man are outside that door trying to get in to save you. One man slipped in, fisted up one or two quick things, gave man another quick fist up, pulled him outside. Somehow, slipped through this door. They couldn't get through. No one could get in this door. Somehow he's got in, got out. Like, it's mad. You fully don't know what's happening. Like, we're gonna end it there still. But it didn't end there for him. He's still got to, man know that he's being violated, man know every like tin. Man seen it, man and giving man the full rundowns of what they saw. Like, you've got to hold that now. They're gonna tell me, you wanna go to prison? I'll leave that there with you still. Yo, gonna start from the ground up, my G. Where we go? Where we there? Oh. Right. My ex concerns me. We split up about 4 years ago and she has moved no further in life. She's in her 30s, but her friendship group is getting younger. It says her friend group, but I think it means a friendship group. It's getting younger. They are around 18 to 20 and love to party and post the best life story. I believe this is because the friend she had when we first met, alhamdulillah, we were both 20, have settled down, got married, have kids, good careers, etc. She has been outgrown. She doesn't even drive. The latest thing I have heard is that she has moved back into her mum's. What is going on? Right. Not too much to work with in terms of how I'm going to deal with it. Give me one sec. Yeah. So yeah, let me have a look at that again. Split up about 4 years ago, moving on further in life. Yeah, that friendship group thing, getting younger, because people, that's what reminds me of prison. When a man's done a long time in prison, it's like all of me now. Come out of prison, yeah? And it's like, I'm not chew with no one, I've said it bare times, I'm not chewing no one. But like a lot of people aren't available because once again, people have got kids and that. You know, anyone's there. So I think to myself, right, like I've known this for a while. I remember reading it in like a gang book and that, and then you see it with certain men anyway. Like when they come out, they chill with younger people because the younger people are just available because they don't have, life hasn't took that toll on them yet. They're not at that maturity level where they want to be responsible, and they're just available all the time. So I can just holler at like a young person and be like, yo, well, go on, what you saying? Like, fuck all. Always be fuck all. You know what I mean? They might have got a job, might not. If they've got a job, they'll probably choose partying over, like, especially if it's a free party session, then going into the job. You know what I mean? Like, fuck it. You know what I mean? It's like literally like mad. You know the ones. So yeah, it was Harold. She's in her 30s. They split up 4 years ago. They were together since they were 20. Anyway, but it's mad still. So at least let's just say even if she's at 31, they were together for 7 years, and she's gone Norway in 11 years. So what's that? Chilling with young people. She doesn't drive. And then she's moved back in with the mums. Now that could have been a strategy. Like moving back into the mums might be strategy. Strategy. You know the ones there? Because obviously it's expensive. So how are you, if you're working, you can say she's working here. If you're working and just say you're on like, I don't know, after tax £1,500 or something like, and you're paying like £600-700 rent on a private rent, for example, or full rent. I don't know how much full rent is for a council, but like if you're paying like £600-700, because everyone tends to go for a free bed for some reason, regardless if it's one person or, but, you know what I mean. So yeah, if you're paying like £600-700, that leaves with what? Let's call it £700. That leaves her with 800 bar. But that's like getting to and from work. Do you know what I mean? Even though she don't drive, so it won't be that much. But you know, then all your bills on top. £100 this, £100 that, council tax, but you know, energy prices are through the roof. She's going out all the time. So how is she gonna save for a yard if that's what she wants to do? Do you know what I mean? Like I don't know if she had a private rent, it doesn't say. And you start messaging people back and saying, yo, listen. You know what I mean? But yeah. So yeah, he just, I don't know what she wants. He's kind of, the fuck do you get into this? Don't even drive. Get your driver's. If you move back in with your mum's got more money, just get your driver's license, man. At least get your driver's license if she hasn't got it. If you haven't got it, get your driver's license. But then this is his ex. It doesn't even. It's like he doesn't even know her. Like that. It's just what he's heard. The latest thing I've heard is that she has moved back into her mum's. Yeah. Like I said, it could be strategy, or like I said, she might be falling off even more because she's just spending bare p, messing about, partying with like kids. When really and truly, like your money needs to be like diverted to like other things. Has she got kids? Because bro, kids cost a lot. Like these girls, like, it's pressure. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how true it is for me to ask about still, but like on average, it's like 350. These might be in London, man. So it might be different down there. They sounded like London, man. Do you know what I mean? But 350 per kid for like the new school year stuff, like from blazer to X, Y, and Z trainers, court. But trainers and court, maybe you have to buy brand new trainers and court. I don't know, but I didn't wear brand new trainers and court. I wore my trainers and my coat, whatever coat I had at that time. You know the ones there. Like I didn't have a new coat for the. These man is flexing seasonal. You know what I mean? About your new school year coat, unless you've grown a lot, I guess. Which could be the. It could be that. It was a short anyway. It was a YouTube short, so he didn't say how old these kids were. Obviously, when they're growing up, yeah, they will be like shooting up, bam, 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 shoe size, bop. And they might be more strict on uniforms these days. I don't know. I ain't got a fucking clue. You know what I mean? But yeah, so from the ground up, this girl needs to obviously start chilling with older people, chilling with her own people, you know, the ones there, because then you're gonna have more, you'll have more cash because settled people don't do these things, don't be partying like that, you know, the ones there. Let me tell you something now, it costs a lot of money to be a waste person, you know. If you're a waste man or a waste girl, it costs bare cash. Because these people that I know that are like moving wastefully, yeah, they're spending, like really and truly, come on, you get your wage, yeah, you know, you pay all your bills. Surely this is how everyone does it, yeah? Like, well, this is me. Alhamdulillah. Get all the money. I get paid, yeah? I know how much I pay out, yeah? If it's a daft amount, I'll just round it up to a better number. All that money gets put aside into like an account that the bills come out. You know, the ones there. I do need to throw a couple of bills into this other account because I paid for it on one card, but really I need it on the other because that's where everything comes out because it's having to go back and forth between these cards, making sure the money's in on time because I use one daily and I don't use one daily. But anyway, have all your money that you're going to go pay out, yeah? And then basically everything that's left is calm because that's, you know what I mean? But I know some people, yeah, especially like people that are still living at home and whatnot. I do too. You know what I mean? But you know, then just blasting the money. So all their disposable cash, they're just smoking it. Like, and by that I don't mean actually they sniff. They're doing all kinds of mad things with their money. Like just blowing. Like, what are you doing? Like, it's an expensive life, and that's whether if you're on benefits, blasting 60, 70, 80, 90%, 100% of your money on like either part, you know, just some way to get away from the feelings, possibly the feeling of loneliness, feeling lonely, feeling worthless. Do you know what I mean? Or feeling stuck because you've been in a relationship and you're not in it no more. Like, it's expensive, people, to be a waste man. You know, anyone's there, oh girl. Like, so go steady. But like I say, you know, put the money that you've got, all your spends, all your bills, all that's covered. Boom, you've got enough for that. Bam, boom, that's covered. Don't worry about how much it costs. Even if it costs 80% of your wage, you can still afford it. You know, anyone's there. Like, just pay it. Just always pay it in your shopping and shit. Just always get that in. Always. Because even if you don't do anything for the next fucking 30 days, yeah, you at least know you got a roof over your head, yeah, your car and all this shit. Like, you've got all that for another 30 days. That's calm. Because the last thing you want to start doing is racking up debts. And you got food as well, so you can just chill in your yard. Do you know what I mean? The thing you need to really do is like start coping with your feelings and your emotions like that you can't chew with. That you can't sit with. You can't sit with your own feelings. So she needs to start chilling with older people, like I say. Get calm, get settled. This best life party thing. That's for them though. Let them kids do what them kids are doing because that's what young people want to do. Like, they don't have to do it, but it's part of the culture. It's like almost like a, how would you say, like a ritual. It's almost like like it's part of the culture. Do you know what I mean? So like some like cultures put the plate in the lip or do the neck thing or big things in their ears, and some cultures you have to like go and hunt something, or some cultures you're flipping bar mitzvah and whatever like plain culture that we don't, that's not religious or not in anything. The ritual is to get drunk on your birthday, like your 18th, like legally anyway. You've probably been doing it snidely for time, but with family you can go and get drunk now, and that's what you start doing. You've been dying to go out and get drunk, like you've seen people get drunk for time, so like that's the pattern that you get into. Do you know what I mean? What time are we on here? So yeah, that's that. So she needs to pattern up. Start chilling with older people. Where else? What else we got? Yeah, mentioned the driving thing. The mum's thing, like I said, that's mad if that's not strategic. If that's circumstance, then there's something needs to be. But as an ex, what can you say really? Because you just look like a hater. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? Who are you? You know what I mean? What are you doing with yourself? You know, anyone's there. But it is mad if you have got on with life, like moved on and progressed how you kind of should. You know, you keep getting these like milestones, I guess, like since like getting your license, it's not necessary, but it's like a bit of a milestone. It's an adult thing, innit? You can't get like a license as a 9-year-old. You know, if you buy a house or whatever, or if you get your own place, that's your place. You know what I mean? It's renting it, it's yours, not your girls or not your boys, or you know what I mean, like not your mothers or your fathers. Like it's your place that you can call home. These are like milestones, and that getting your first car, milestone, or getting the car of your dreams, having your house as you want it. Do you know what I mean? Or your flat or whatever, as close to how you want it. These were milestones. So if she's not done that strategically, I don't know what's going on there. But it's so hard. I was having this conversation the other day, and obviously my own lived experience. I've got lived experience myself, and I know some people that have made some large. They've made some, huge leaps and bounds from who they were, like myself, the ones there, and like many other people out there. But they've had blips. They've had some blips lately. Some have been like one or two blips, and some have been like multiple blips over a period of time. But they're aware of it and they're bringing it up and all this stuff. Do you know what I mean? So that's positive. That's good. But it's so easy to just throw everything away. So one's been on their journey for like possibly 2 years. One's been on their journey for about 4 or 5. I've been on mine. I went to the TC October 2016. So from there it's 2016. So next month it'll be, what's that, 7 years? And it started kicking in like 2 months later. So like December. I really started. So I observed it and then it's like clicked. Do you know what I mean? And that's when I started making my first leaps into it, my first steps into it properly. Like I said, I got accosted by them 2 lifers, innit, man? Do you know what I mean? Trying to fucking telling me fucking some bullshit, man. But it was right. Like things just don't happen. You can't just expect it to happen. I just thought the therapy was just gonna come. It's like you have to get on it. Do you know what I mean? So it was a wake up call. Even had to throw it back on them. You know what I mean? Can't mug off. You know what I mean? But yeah. Where was I? What was I saying? So they've been on their journeys and that. So just forget them for a second. Like myself now, so it took me like 7 years, to get to where I am now. So I've done 2016 to 5 years. I was in prison. 5 years that I was in prison. So I started the journey, and then for 4 years when I was already different. You know what I mean, I'd already left the old me behind within like a year, less than a year, but let's just call it a year of doing the therapy. Remember, I did way before that. But anyway, we'll just call it a year, yeah? So I had 5 more years of prison, or 4 more years left of prison. So 4 years I had to get out to be able to show the world that this is me now, this is how I am, do you know what I mean? Because no one can see me. So done that. 2 years out now, so like 6 years, just say. So it took a lot to build up, career-wise. Obviously, I'm doing this. I was doing the fitness thing at one point, but my actual work career is going well. Do you know what I mean? These stepping stones and these plans of moving up, they're not. I'm not just thinking about it. They're coming. Do you know what I mean? I had one way of going up, but I kind of left that, change route again. But now I got the phone call saying, "Oh, if you don't want to do it like that, you can do it like this instead." So that's an option there, because I've already got my other thing that I can go with. I know it's all cryptic and that, but I think this man's on some. But don't want to talk about certain things too much until it's there. The one's there. So yeah, but as I'm talking to my colleagues about certain things, I'm like, you know what? It's just so easy to throw your life away. Because all it takes for me is just burn that one spliff, yeah, that one spliff with just like something, and getting that feeling back. You know, the ones there, and then realizing, you know, like boom, like all my stresses have gone because I'm starting to get stressed from work and stuff. That it wasn't really, it was there, but I didn't really recognize it. So now I recognize it. So I'll leave it for this pod, all that stuff. I'll talk about the next one. So yeah, so then there's burning this ganja now, and then it's like starting to go around certain people, and then be around certain people and getting involved and embroiled and that and this and that, and then people expect me to be a certain way, to me like living up to that, a certain way, going out and getting drunk, and not just having a drink, getting drunk. You know, the ones there showing off, getting my status. It's a mad thing from there. Like literally, one wrong move, yeah, one wrong move, me back in prison. Even if it's not a long time, even if it's just a week or two, I'm just gonna lose my job in that. You know, anyone's there, like not gonna hold it. Like, so then that's it. It's gonna be a downward spiral from there. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm in a place where my lived experience works for me, but then I've not used the lived experience. So then that's another reason why they let me go, because you're supposed to be the poster child for lived experience. Like you're a bad role model because you've gone back into it. Do you know what I mean? You're supposed to be upholding this stuff. You know, the ones there. And that's just me, my life anyway. It just turns out I found out this thing called lived experience and what it means and who employs you with it. So that's how I am anyways. I'll be failing in life and feeling like a loser. You know what I mean? No, man, like how the job looks at it. Like it's just that they look at it the same way I look at it. So that's why it works. So yeah, it's been so easy to just like, literally like I say, go out on a fucking Friday. You know what I mean? Book the time off work, go out on a Friday, fucking smoke, drink, broke somebody up, go mad, knife, and that's it. It's one night of bad decision after bad decision. The bad decision was booking it off work. Do you know what I mean? The bad decision was booking up certain man. Bad decision buying the ganja. Bad decision fucking smoking it. Bad decision buying the drink. Bad decision fucking drinking to oblivion. Bad decision going to these clubs and that. Bad decision like trying to get my status and that. So it's all me. You know the ones there. Like even if I had the worst day, the maddest worst day you could ever think of, like it was still a decision that I did all that stuff. I can't just say, oh, I did that because of this. But I could have also, like, the first step I could have done is like, oh, yeah, that's happened. Instead of thinking, oh, do you know what? I'm not going to link these man. That's where the bad decision first started. Like, oh, do you know what? I'm going home. And all the more decisions just wouldn't have come about. Do you know what I mean? Like, and you can say, oh, you just put it off. Like, it was going to happen eventually. Just say I did it a week down. Well, no, I just never make that decision because that's still my decision. Do you know what I mean? Like, regardless of what happens in life, like, if I can't cope with the feeling, because the thing what's happening in life has caused me to feel a certain way. Because I'm feeling a certain way, I'm thinking a certain way, and my decisions are based off this feeling. I'm not thinking straight if I haven't got the power to be able to understand how I'm feeling and why I'm feeling like that, and then what I do next. If I don't have that skill set, then I'm fucked. But luckily I do now. Do you know what I mean? I didn't always have that. So yeah. What was it about that again? What was it about there? But yeah, we're gonna leave that anyway. We're moving on from that. I'm not even trying to fucking remember what I was on about. You know what I mean? Because now we're gonna go to the last segment, which is we're gonna shine a light, and we're gonna shine a light on black and white thinking. I've been talking for a while about getting at the things that affect mental health. So a lot of people that have bad mental health, when I say things like, oh, don't take the pills, don't take the tablets, I'm not, if you want to do that, do that. I'm not saying don't do that. I'm talking to me, to the old me, in a sense, if that makes sense. But like I say, I've always said that I know that some people do need it. And the point, when I shine the light now, I'm going to shine it on these mind traps. They're called mind traps, yeah? So black and white thinking is a mind trap. And you'll see that, like, people that think a certain way and have mental health issues, or think they have mental health issues, or get told they have mental health issues, is because they have a lot of these mind traps. Take these mind traps away and they're all right. Do you know what I mean? But it's being aware of it first. So, black and white thinking is when your thought patterns assign people, things, and actions into one of two categories, good or bad. Black and white thinking is part of a group of thinking patterns called cognitive distortions. It's sometimes referred to as splitting. So, what it is, the reason I'm able to move forward in life, one of the reasons, not the reason, it's one of the reasons, I always say this, I do, if you're a long time, you know what I mean, listener or watcher or both, you know what I mean. Oh, the phone's ringing. Man's popular tonight. No, we don't get a fucking. Anyway, where was I? So, it's working with the grey area. So you've got black, white, grey in the middle. And the grey area is a large area. Saying it's this or that, it's quite small. You know what I mean? Or they're an idiot. Or they're alright, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going there, like, why, oh, it's shit, like, it's too, like, whatever. But working in the grey area is, because when we categorise it as well, we feel safer. Do you know what I mean? We feel like we've made a decision on that thing and that decision's final and that decision will keep us safe. I'm not going, I don't like them. Do you know what I mean? They, whatever, for whatever reason, you know yourself what it's like. But working with the grey area, being able to think, do you know what? I'm going to give him a chance. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, it's not about flipping, I don't know, this person's robbed me before, I'm going to let him back in my house, I'm going to go to the shop, come back from the shop, lo and behold, they've robbed me again. We've got to be fucking smart. Do you know what I mean? Like, we can't be gullible and, naive anymore. We've got to understand people. People do these things. We just can't give them the license to do this or the free reign to do this. So you just keep that person away from you. Do you know what I mean? But how can I say? Because I know that like this can be interpreted as a mad thing. Like I said, doing something that's just way out of character, like getting back involved with an abusive like partner. Do you know what I mean? But it's not about that. It's about working with the grey area. So it's just not writing things off and finalising things as this or that. It's thinking, right, let me see instead, especially if it's something that you haven't done. Do you know what I mean? If it's something that you haven't done before, like, oh, I've done something like that before, I'm not doing that because of this and that. Like, no, work with it. Step into it, be like, okay, what's going on now? Like, step into it further, like, okay, what's going on now? Even if it's a conversation. You know what I mean? Like, just talking to these people, think, okay, what's going on? What's happening here? Okay. Is that what they're saying? Okay. All right, then when you leave it, think about it. Think, do you know what? Even though you might have felt like the anxiety's kicked in, or I don't know, you just didn't, do you know what I mean? If you think about it, you might think, do you know what? It wasn't that bad. Like, nothing happened to me, really. I just went into it feeling bad. Or when I was in there, something happened that reminded me of this, that, and the other, and I felt like this, but really nothing really happened. I was all right. I came in, and I came in one piece, and I've left in one piece. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a difficult one. Let me try and find one example here. Because I don't want to come on a play like where it's just misinterpreted to death. Right. That's it. So black and white thinking is a thought pattern that makes people think in absolutes. For instance, you may think you are either always right or the world's biggest failure. Psychologists consider this thought pattern to be a cognitive distortion because it keeps you from seeing life the way it really is. Complex, uncertain, and constantly changing. And that's my point. So just go into it. And that's the grey area. The grey area is the bit you can't see. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit that you can't differentiate it yet. So do you mean you make your decision? You make your decision after. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know what? That was all right. So like that's when I did like the don't know, look there for, but the abseil. That's not something that I do. I mentioned that a couple of episodes ago. That's not something that I would do. Like, so I'm just going into it and just seeing. Do you know what I mean? I will fucking shitting myself. You know what I mean? Especially when he said, yeah. So I'm clinging onto the wall. He's like, yeah, just lean back. I thought, no. I thought, he said lean back. I goes, yeah, or just lean back, yeah? Yeah, all right, no worries. I was shitting it, brother. Let me tell you now, yo. Let me tell you this now. I was shitting it. Super shitting it. I couldn't, like, but, like I say, it's just trusting in others, doing it, because what my brain's telling me is don't do that. That's been absolute, like, that's good. You're going to kill yourself. Don't do that. Do you know what I mean? In the end, I did it and I'm all right. I'll probably do it again, shit myself again. Do you know what I mean? Don't want to do it. That's my body telling me you don't want to do this. But I can go against my body. Do you know what I mean? Like you can. We can go against what we're thinking. We don't have to go with it because it's just a thought. The thought isn't us. It's just a thought that's passing through our mind. Do you know what I mean? Like I say, it's like a bus stop. The bus doesn't live at the bus stop. The bus just travels through. But like sometimes we can catch that bus and never get off. Do you know what I mean? Like we need to stay at the bus stop and just let the thought come and go. Let the thoughts come and go. Do you know what I mean? Well, yeah, so that's black and white thinking, mind trap. Google that shit, yeah? Understand where you do it, have a look into it, do you know what I mean? See, like, have a look back at your life and think, oh, I did it there, I did it here, I did it there. Oh, guess what? My friend did it here, my friend did it there, or my mum, or my dad, or my partner, or my this, or my that, my cousin, my brother, whatever. Just see it somewhere. Or EastEnders or whatever, I don't know, wherever you can see it, but try and see it in yourself. That's where it's mostly important. And then once you clock where you did it in the past, try and catch yourself in the moment doing it. Even if it's like, even if you don't see yourself in the moment, like catch yourself afterwards. So like you've watched this now, you've Googled it, you've had a look at it, you've watched some YouTube or whatever on it, and then you think back over your life, and then moving forward, like tomorrow, day after, this and that, you keep reflecting on yourself, and you think, oh, do you know what? I did it there. Fucking hell. Like, you might do it the next day comes, you might do it there, but you didn't see it at the time. It's at the night. And then eventually you start to catch up to like in the moment. Do you know what I mean? Like, shit, oh, I'm doing it now. Like, oh, fuck, I'm thinking about that now. Oh, because like, I've got this job or this that assignment or whatever it could be. I don't want to throw too many things out there because I don't want to like jade people's perspectives. I don't want them to focus on what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? So I'm trying to say a lot without saying a lot. The one's there. But anyway, that's done. New format. Tell me what you think. Big up you. Love as always. Marcus, DQNQ Lifestyle Podcast. The salute. Me.